So Jamie just revealed that she's a little too stoned. What happens, Jamie? So you're like, oh, like, how do you not have it figured out by now?
I know. It's just been a day. I woke up at 4 a.m. I went to work, finished my scene at 9:30, went to the airport, flew here, picked up both kids, took Bo to the doctor. Jack's getting surgery on Friday. So I did, my nanny's sick, so came home, cooked dinner, got everyone bathed, put to bed, and I came down here. And I just picked up an old joint. So I haven't been smoking that much. And I picked up an old joint and I hit it twice and blew it out right away to kind of get the old ashy out. So I wasn't going to suck it in. And I think I might have actually gotten some in those first two. So my normally 2 little hits is get me whatever. I'm kind of 4 hits deep, and that's a little too much for my liking.
So just a little pro tip. Just you could pinch that tip off, just pinch it off, throw it in the ashtray. Absolutely right.
And then, that's actually
I appreciate what you did. You conserved weed.
Yeah, because I don't smoke a ton of it. It takes so little for me that it's just it's easier that way.
Little Jack's having his surgery, huh?
Yes, on Friday.
It's the most cutest fucked up thing possible. Right?
Kid surgery?
Yeah.
Little tubes in his ears.
Welcome to our new show, Kid Surgery.
Yeah.
Everything smaller. The scalpel.
Oh, look at that little scalpel.
Stop.
The syringes. He's going to be fine.
I know.
He's the strongest one in the house.
Hands down.
He
could have taken 4 hits and been like, what?
Yeah.
What, Mom?
He's putting those joints out on his tongue.
Yeah. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2022, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for wireless? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you maximize your savings with plans starting at just $15 a month.
That's right. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings to you, the customer.
And you can use your own phone, you guys. You don't have to switch your phone. You don't have to switch your number. So to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/pajama. That's mintmobile.com/pajama. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. mintmobile.com/pajama.
What's the process going to be like? Is he, how long is he going to be down for?
It's a 20-minute surgery, but they put him out completely. So I imagine it's the surgery might be done, but it might take a minute for him to wake up. I think. I don't know.
This might be a dumb question. Do they use less of the stuff?
Anesthesia?
So they give him gas.
I didn't know if it was gas.
It wasn't a dumb question, just the way you said it.
No, but I didn't know if it was gas or if it was
but
anesthesia.
I think they put in the IV after to not freak them out. So they give them the gas, which relaxes them really deeply. But most of the time they fall asleep then because they just have they have no idea where they are.
Oh, yeah.
And when they do that is when they put in a breathing tube and I think an IV of anesthesia. But they said it's 15-20 minutes. He has to put little tubes in the ears and then he's going to cauterize his adenoids off. And he said, did I say this last time, that he said the real thing the hardest part about the recovery is that his breath is going to be so fucking bad for 2 to 3 weeks.
Really?
Because of the cauterizing. He's oh my God, he's going to have dragon breath because of the burn back there.
Yeah.
It's burnt skin.
Oh, that poor woman from 90 Day Fiance.
Wait, explain to me what's going on. I thought he had an ear infection and they're going to cauterize it where?
Well, it's ear, nose, and throat.
His adenoids.
Stop saying adenoids. I don't
they're
know
like
what those
tonsils. They're like tonsils at the back of your sinuses.
Oh, okay.
A little higher up. And by usually around the age 8 or so, they're gone. But when you're little, the adenoids are just gone.
Yeah.
That's the drinking game. If you, or whatever, every time I say adenoids.
When I see him, I'll be like, "You look skinnier, dude. You lose weight? Did you get rid of your adenoids?"
Oh, he's gonna have such a complex after this, huh? About his breath.
Don't send him to school when he has dragon
for
breath.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's social suicide.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you do it when they're 4.
When
They
they're
have no
4,
idea.
every girl that he goes to school with from then on will remember him as the kid with
His
bad
girlfriend's
breath.
name is Ruby. And when I say girlfriend, he is so obsessed with this girl. And she also is so obsessed with him. The teacher tells me and the other mom, like, they don't talk to anybody else. They won't walk with anybody else. They have to do everything together.
She must be
every
in best
single
thinking about
day.
the surgery.
It's like
huh?
natural born killers. This is crazy.
She's like, I hope your adenoids are okay.
Yeah, she's gonna smell his breath. She's gonna break up with him. It's gonna break his heart. She's
You
eventually
guys, she's the funniest little girl ever.
in high school. He's gonna see her walking down the. We used to be something, and she's like, "Ew, get away from me, dragon breath." It was the adenoids.
You know
That's
what, Cassim? No, not everybody's like you who
Yeah.
made fun of people in school.
No,
and
I
made
got
them
made
feel like
fun of.
shit.
I'm
No,
recounting.
you've admitted sometimes that you've been.
Yeah, well, I sang the baby
bully.
back. I sang the Chili's baby back song.
I can't even believe you brought that up again. I would think you would
just
never
did.
want that spoken of again.
It's on the
I
pod
didn't get
forever.
specific.
It's on the pod
Whatever.
forever. You guys want to know one of the worst
Whatever.
things a human can do? Go listen to. I don't even know
Episode
which one.
192.
It was like 3 or 4
It's
ago.
not even in the top 10 of worst.
You know,
things.
well, our best one was recorded, or we thought it was recorded, but didn't get recorded. That was our
Yeah.
number one.
That was our best pod.
be easy
ever.
on our boy.
And we're not kidding, by the way.
Yeah, we were like
Am I being
dolphins.
hard on you, Cassim? I'm sorry.
It was our best Zoom pod for sure.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, because we went all around.
Oh,
you know,
I'll
we
never
Yeah.
forget
was
it.
funny. We're deep.
We
we're-
laughed, we cried,
Yeah,
we got to know it. We became better friends.
I had COVID.
Yeah, we both got COVID, got over it in the same pod.
Whoa.
What? You got COVID?
So I think what we should do, Jamie, is go over some emails because we keep teasing that and then we never
Yeah.
do. We're like, we should have a fucking pod where we just read emails. and
Yeah.
we should do this.
Yeah, it's like people
What do
send
you
them
mean?
in.
People
and-
don't want us to talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock for an hour?
well, we should touch on it,
Should we?
even though it's
Oh,
been
I get
touched.
it.
We-
Whoa.
Even though
Damn, dude.
it's been beat to death.
I feel like it's either our fans really want to hear us talk about it, or they're like, "Please, God, please, guys, just don't talk about it." And
This is
I'm
also
fine
coming
not
out
talking
in a
about it.
couple
Let's-
days, so we
yeah.
have to reel. But like here, my quick
Quick.
thing. I thought it was fake
Yeah.
all the way up until I saw Will Smith's
Yeah.
acceptance speech, and I'm like,
Oh,
well,
they didn't
now I
show
don't
him on
really
TV when
know.
he's like, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
They didn't. They did show that if you looked on I didn't watch the Oscars, but on
I
YouTube,
watched it on. No, I taped it on, like, DVR'd it, and I saw it.
taped it.
oh, but you didn't hear it.
I fell asleep with Jack. Yeah, I heard it.
Okay,
They
it was
bleeped it
live
out.
on the Oscars.
Yes.
I thought because when I saw it was on YouTube, and they were like, oh, they bleeped it out.
no.
So
For
live
maybe
on the Oscars, he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Yeah, but he wasn't mic'd up, so it was kind of like
Yeah.
it was like
Right,
that.
but no, I saw the
so
clips
I
where they
thought
show
it was a bit too, because it was such a like dramatic slap, and
Yeah,
then
and
like
Chris
and
Rock was
everyone in
like
the audience was like,
leaving his chin out there for him.
Yeah, he put his chin out,
Exactly.
and his feet didn't move. And Will Smith is a strong guy, and that was a strong slap. And Chris Rock is not a strong guy. I feel like his feet would have moved.
You're
Like I feel
right.
like he would have been rocked. Like also,
It was beautifully choreographed. It looked
I-
like just like, whew.
I'd like to say I've
Like a
been smacked
dance.
in the face really hard.
Mhm.
Your ear, fucking, you can't hear. Like
It gets
everything
hot.
is like, bing.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this hard. Like I don't know. He was. It just to me, it all looked fake. But then that acceptance speech, I'm like, man, this can't be fake, right? Because whatever. But who? Oh, go ahead, Cass, please.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I wasn't watching the. This is the first Oscars I haven't watched live in a while, but I caught the clips. It did seem like there was. Seemed so sort of like blocked out or something when he was walking up. But then when they cut to him in the chair, mouthing "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," you're like, oh, that seems kind of real. And from it was that point, I was like, oh, that seemed to be like a real weird moment.
You know what my feeling is about it too? Like, I just kept trying to put myself in Will Smith's shoes, as crazy as that sounds. Like, I just kept wanting to be like, this is a guy who has such an incredible reputation of how he treats people, how he works with people. He's a fucking movie star. He has a really honest, open dialogue about his family and his shortcomings and his history and his marriage. And he's just dope, right? So I'm trying to think like, this is who I think this guy is. I'm going to put myself in his shoes. Like, what has to happen for you to put away all of the things that you've worked for and all the things that you are? And it's like, you've had those moments in your life where you're about to do something and you're like, this is not going to fucking end well, but I'm going to fucking do it. Like, you had that dialogue.
Walk up too.
He had exactly. He had a long walk.
And it wasn't rage.
Theater.
He wasn't like in a rage. He was like smiling, kind of walking.
Did he look
up.
kind of drunk to you? Now, I don't know if
This is what I'm getting to. So, and then when he sits back down and he's saying that, if you look at his face, like all I could think of was like, this man is broken right now. Like you never know what's happening in somebody's life. And looks distraught. Like this is not the Will Smith we've ever seen before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
like,
we've
never seen this person. Like this is really, it scared me. And, you know, and then seeing his, I understand everyone's feelings when he's fucked up to do to Chris Rock. It was a stupid joke that Chris Rock made. You know, you should never make fun of somebody. If you know somebody has like a medical condition about something, like don't make fun of it.
Did he know?
I don't think any of us
I think she's been out about it, but I don't know. I mean, why?
But also, here's the thing. Like the joke is you look like hey, I'm ready for your movie that you look like one of the most beautiful people of all time in a Hollywood hit movie. Like it wasn't like
it didn't merit the punishment at all.
No, it's not even like a fucking bad like that's not but and here's the crazy part, right? Is like you saw, and this is the thing to me, if it was all an act, my gut tells me as soon as Will Smith heard the thing, he would have gotten mad and got up.
Sure.
But if
it would have been a more dramatic thing.
Yeah, after he says that line, they show Will Smith and Will Smith is laughing. But then his wife isn't happy. Yes. He saw her reaction and then he goes up, which makes me feel like it's more real, but I'm still like, would they let it go on this long if it was fake?
No, it was real.
I don't think it was fake. I think Will Smith's been in a tough position where like it's been public that his wife has been fucking some other guy. And that was really awkward. And so
and they did that at the beginning of the show.
You would think that maybe this could be just like the months of people calling him a cuck or like, you know.
A what?
Yeah, a cuck. Well, this is where we get to teach Jamie a new word.
Yeah.
Cue the graphic, Gabby.
If you're a victim of domestic violence, please call 1-800. We should put a little, Gabby, put a little
if you or someone you know.
Yeah, if you or someone you know, because we do not think that that's funny.
A cuck, Jamie, is
like. You're all right, Jamie?
I don't know what a cuck is. I'm like,
okay.
No, I just meant, are you being hit at home?
You
have to check in
by my son Jack.
By your son.
Yeah.
Wow. Jamie, did you see or hear about this movie Deep Water with Ana de Armas and Ben Affleck?
I watched about 30 minutes and I was like, I know what this is about and bored.
Okay.
Is that how you're going to explain cuck to her?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know anything about the movie, but I like where it's going.
It has to be something in the first 30 minutes though.
Well, Ben Affleck is a cuck in this movie. A cuck is someone who like watches his wife get it on with other men.
Not only watches, but like
why is that called a cuck?
That's what does
it's cuckolding.
Cuckold.
The act is called cuckolding.
Yeah, and cuck just sounds better.
It's cuckolding means when you watch your wife have sex with someone else.
Not only watch, you have to get off on it, don't you? It has to be like your thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact details are, whether if you have to enjoy it or not, but there is like a whole genre of porn where guys like watch their wives get slammed by BBC's Big Black Cock.
Oh, we should have let Jamie guess what that was.
What was it, Jamie?
I would have gotten it.
What was it, BBC?
Oh, really?
No, I'm not giving you the soundbite. I'm not saying it.
We all need some help.
Yeah, Robbie really needs to log into his BetterHelp account. I signed up for BetterHelp when I was looking for a less expensive option for talk therapy. For years, I was paying $300 plus a month for a therapist, and BetterHelp gives me an alternative by not only making it easier to find a therapist that works for me, but I get matched within 48 hours. And the therapists are available all week long. If I want to message them, I leave a message and they message me back whenever they can. It's not just I got to remember to say this once a week sort of thing.
That's right.
It's really great.
Well, give it a try and see if online therapy can help you lower your stress. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Pajama Pants listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/pajama. That is BETTERHELP.com/pajama.
Yeah. You guys looking for an alternative for earbuds?
Yeah.
How about
Always.
Raycon for yes? Huh?
Wow. Is that an official slogan?
I don't think it's official, but it should be. Look, I use these Raycons. They are super small, sleek. They connect instantly to my phone. They pair instantly.
Well, you know what's great too is the only wireless headphones I had are actually the ones that Jamie has on her head. And I had those and me and Jamie had to do a TikTok. And I didn't want to have the whole big thing over my head. Sometimes you don't feel like having that. I grabbed these. I popped them in. They look great. I was a fan.
That's right.
I am a fan.
You know what I like? They're noise canceling, so you can pop them in. You can block out a lot of the noise around you. But when you want, you pop them in awareness mode. That way, if you're trying to talk to me, I don't got to pop out my headphone to just hear you. I can just put it in awareness mode, put it right back into noise canceling mode. That way, they never leave my ears.
Mode.
Well, right now, Pajama Pants listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/pajama. That's buyraycon.com/pajama to save 15% on Raycons. BUYRAYCON.com/pajama.
The whole entanglement that she had with that rapper guy is kind of why everyone has called Will Smith a cuck for the last, I don't know, year or two, whenever that happened. And I feel like
no idea. No one has any fucking clue.
No one has any idea.
Also, you could assume things balance themselves out, right? It's like, hey, you're probably off banging whatever chick you want. You're up for an Oscar. You can be in whatever you like.
And he wins minutes later, right?
Yeah, it's like, I understand that, you never know what someone's going through, but it's like, well, we know some of the stuff he's going through, and it's kind of like being the coolest guy in the world. So
I feel like Scientology should train him better to be.
Is he a Scientologist?
I think he's one of these secret ones, where he's not public about it, but I've been hearing that rumor
That's what
since
Cutter
I was a
asked
kid.
me today, and I told him no. And Cutter's like, no, he is.
Since I was a kid, I've heard that he was a Scientologist, but there's no database where I can go and check.
The weird thing is too, you don't hear a slap. Like when I watched it a couple of times, you don't hear a slap. It's like, poof.
Do you think so? You still think there's a possibility they could be like, gotcha?
Will Smith is a big dude. If he smacks you in the face and you're
but
just standing there with your fucking head out,
try to hurt.
I think he was trying to embarrass him, not hurt him.
When you just move your arm. When he moved his whole body into it, he's a big.
He had good form. He had really.
He did Ali. He held his left hand up. He had elbow to the ribs. He had his left hand up.
Yeah,
and he came across.
That's what I'm saying. He was,
and his legs were perfectly paralleled. It was really beautiful.
I think he wasn't trying to hurt. Otherwise, if he was trying to hurt the guy, I think he would have hit him. But I think he was more just trying to embarrass him and put him in his place.
I will say, the way Chris Rock handled it, I was so impressed. He held it together.
Chris Rock,
after
I heard an interview, one of the best interviews I've ever heard is Chris Rock on Howard Stern, and he talks about how he's the biggest nerd and geek, and he was made fun of in school and picked on and this. So
pussy.
Yeah, I think he could probably handle himself in the metaverse, babe. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's all.
What? And what about in the interview?
I still think in his head, that's who he is. You know what I mean? He's not one of these guys I want to fight. I wanted this. He talks about getting picked on all the time and how he kind of just took it. And that's how he turned to comedy and tried to turn things around.
When he opened the envelope or something, you could tell he got rattled for a moment. It broke my heart because I'm like, I cannot imagine the millions of things that he's feeling right now. And he's just trying to hold it together and be professional and get through this. And I think there was footage of Denzel Washington went over to him right away to talk to him, to Chris.
Yeah, I just want to say, thank God there wasn't a white person involved.
You're saying just to
in any way.
So no white person would have gotten blamed for
blamed or any, just whatever happened.
Yeah.
I think it's good that there wasn't a white person involved in the slap.
Sure. Anytime a building goes down, like a bombing, like somebody parks a van in an underground parking structure, I think white guy. Host slapping another host. That's definitely black on black crime.
Oh, you
or
think
as my
so?
friend Rob Pujalis, he's a comic, said on his Instagram, that's men in black on black crime.
Right.
Shout out Rob. Questions, emails?
Yeah.
Are we done with Will Smith?
I have a quick poll. I was reading today about something
They're gonna say
called
poem.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right, go off.
okay.
Def Jam.
Here we go.
Let's go slam poetry.
Just give me a little percussion.
Yeah.
Uh,
The infection.
I was reading today.
Pickle Walls Waterfalls?
I was on the airplane today and I was reading about this new thing called the Fox eye lift. So basically it's
Oh
like
my
a surgery and they
Here's a
take
surgery
your eye
she wants.
Is that like a MetaMask?
and they sew it up like this so you look like Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid. They all have the. Should I do it?
Jamie.
No, you look crazy right now.
Yeah, but I look like
Please.
every filter now.
No,
Jamie,
Jamie,
stop.
please.
You look like every filter before you do that. Stop it.
Whatever happened to
enough.
natural beauty? Did we forget about it?
Yeah. By the way, what's going to happen in 15 years when the look changes and you don't want your fucking shit to be up in the air anymore?
Good point.
Don't do it. Jamie, you look great. So let me, what am I thinking here? Authenticity is always in style.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Damn.
That was fucking
Put that on the
Mug?
shirt, Instagram
Something.
post, mug.
mug.
You
Mug.
got that, dude.
So
Nice.
what, you know what I wanted to ask you? So like, we've been doing a lot of stuff. We haven't caught up to some of my Sharpie questions. One of them was when it's your birthday and then people wish you happy birthday on the wrong day, do you correct them? Because I used to, I think,
Yes.
correct them. And
But in a
now
nice way,
I
I would be like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're so nice. It's actually Friday. Haha.
yeah, I just let it go. I years prior, I would say
Like you'll just say
"Oh,
thanks.
hey." Oh, no, fully. Like I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, Yeah.
Mm.
And it's actually kind of
But
nice
what's
when
like
somebody
the cutoff? What's the cutoff? I
There is
wouldn't
none.
take one before. After, sure, I'll take it a few days after.
Yeah, no, there is not. And it's kind of nice
Oh.
when somebody, and it's especially if somebody
So
calls
if I
you,
like wish you happy birthday tomorrow, it's not weird.
thanks. Go ahead, try it.
Happy birthday, babe.
Oh, Yuli, I love you. See, that's it.
What was that?
That's it. That's how I
That's
talk
how
to
he
Namini.
writes. That's how he texts.
Yeah, that's how I talk to Namini. When Namini calls me, I'm like, hi, Namini.
Yeah. Whenever I call Jamie, he's like, What's wrong?
Right. Yeah.
What happened to Rob?
Is
Oh,
Rob
yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, he's probably still sleeping somewhere.
All right, let's answer these email questions. I feel like we keep talking about it and we're never actually.
Are you
gonna
still
get to it.
stoned?
Yeah.
Maybe you
just-
should take another puff.
I just get, I
Look,
get
I still
anxiety.
saved I still saved more of it. It's still in there.
What a mom. She's putting her joints in a Ziploc. What a mom move.
I get anxious whenever
Such
we
a
bring
mom.
up emails and Kasim's back stays on the back of the chair because then I'm
'Cause
like,
he's
all right,
not
well, we gotta.
interested.
No, I'm just like, well, we have to do something in between, like so he'll be like, all right, and then he'll like lean back, and then in my head I'm like, oh, we need another thing. Like we need.
Oh, you
we
think I'm too
He's
relaxed
checking
right
out.
now?
No,
He's checking
not,
out.
Not all the time. I'm just saying when it's like, hey, it's like okay. So here's where it goes, right? It's like, hey, should we go to emails? It's like, yeah, let's do some emails. And then like your back is still against the chair. I'm like, all right, well, there has to be something to kill this. Like, what is everyone waiting
Oh,
for?
I was
you
about to-
sit up.
Oh, yeah. I was
But I'm
gonna-
not even talking about this
Yes.
one right now. I'm talking about whenever we do emails.
Yeah.
So then,
You wait for me to get up like this.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I just
So
haven't
Because
had
you
my
pull them
window.
up.
right,
Yeah, I
when-
haven't had my opportunity yet.
when you don't move, or like even if you're like, oh yeah, and it's like kind of slow in my head, I'm like, we have to fill this.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, and then you went straight to a Sharpie question, and then I sat
because
back.
I feel like it's
Yes.
like there's a moment, and it's
You're
it's
trying
like,
to
it's
fill
gotta
the
be like,
silence.
yeah, it's like, oh, should we? It's like,
He's
should
a
we go
good
to
host.
emails?
I think-
feel like it's.
I think what happened was there was email talk, then she went into the plastic surgery eye lift thing, and then there
That's
was
right.
email talk again, and then you went to the Sharpie question. Like I
Yes.
haven't had a moment to.
You haven't.
Yeah, so like.
We've really not been fair.
Also, I'm
I'm-
liking this. I like our framing today.
I'm not
I
saying.
do too. It's like a little off. It's like not perfect, but
There's
it's
too
perfect.
much headroom. It's too much headroom.
I was just
No.
pointing out why I do what I'm doing. I'm not saying you're not being fast enough. I'm just saying how my brain works.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh, should we go? And then sometimes, like right now, there's one open,
Uh-huh.
but sometimes there's none open. So my brain is like, oh, his back is still against the chair, and we don't even know.
It's like it's gonna take him at
And
least
it's going to take him
30 seconds.
Yes.
to
So
get
we
from
always
there.
have to talk about something while you're looking up the emails.
Yeah.
We're just
Man.
trying to prepare ourselves for your fucking.
It's hard to be you guys, huh?
Yeah.
So tough, dude.
Jamie, I did send you an email with a potential dating profile. If you guys want to do a dating profile,
Let's do it. Right there. It says, Ashley, rate my Hinge profile.
Please roast my Hinge profile. It says.
look.
She's
Okay, let me
asking for it,
clarify this. Every once in a while, we'll take your guys' Hinge, Bumble, Tinder profiles. You screen cap them, you send them into the show, and then we will give you things that we like about your profile, things that we think you can improve upon. We're not here to roast it, but if you guys do want to send them in, askpajamapants@gmail.com. Also, if you just want to send an email, period. So we thought we would take one today, and this is from Ashley.
And let me say this right now. My dating profile is not in LA. So I'm going to a bachelor party in a month somewhere. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what, like,
Oh, you're letting it marinate in the city that you're going to go to?
yeah.
Wow. Is it working?
I
got any
don't know because
fish?
Wow, what a move.
I haven't been going on these apps at all lately, but
Yeah.
I think I was seeing a bunch, but I was like, oh, this is, because like it's in like South Carolina, so every girl's like holding a fish by the gills. I'm like, I'm like, this isn't really
You
Yeah.
need to find some of those girls from Southern Charm.
Well, hey, you know what we should do too? We should talk about or at least I'm going to see Jamie-Lynn.
Yeah, I would.
Are you
I think
coming? Are
I'm
you
going to.
coming back?
Yeah. I have no reason not to go. It's on a weekend, right?
Yeah. I'm probably going to go down for like 10 days, 2 weeks
Amazing.
or something. I'm going to get an Airbnb. I'm going to feel it out. And then for a little bit, I'll stay with you too.
Yes.
I'm going to experience all Austin has to give.
Are we going to stay with you?
Yes.
Or should I
please.
get an Airbnb with Rob?
No, I have 2 big guest rooms. One of them doesn't have curtains, so it's going to get bright at 8:15 in the morning, but the other one is completely blackout. Other than that, they both
That's not
have
a
their
problem for me.
You got a
They
month
both
and a
have
half,
their
Jamie.
own-
Get
You'll
a
have a
task
king
rabbit
bed
in
up there with
What are
Sarah.
you doing?
because I'm going to redo that room. I'm not going to put up curtains. It's above our
I'll bring a
garage. It's
garbage
like an
bag.
apartment.
Don't worry. I used
Yeah.
to do a lot of
We'll
drugs.
put
I know how to-
newspaper up on
There's
the,
like 14 windows.
actually foil works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but then it gets hot.
Wow.
You want to use newspaper, right?
Mm.
Or we just, okay.
All right, let's read this fucking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so my
Our
dating
profile.
profile's in fucking South Carolina. I'm coming to see Jamie-Lynn in Austin. We're making
We're
moves.
moving.
Yeah, we're moving and shaking. I'm gonna be all around.
Guys, this is
Ashley.
Ashley.
I love this picture.
Okay, why
look
do you like it?
really, I think she looks so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She went to like a cool event, something different. Really flattering photo, really awesome dress. Her body looks great. And she's like holding a glass of wine, meaning like I like to have fun and go out. I think
Mhm.
I'm in front of cool cars. Like, I think it's a really good first impression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's good looking, but just again, I get stuck on the like when I see somebody in real life doing this, it's like, oh, here's 2 cars. I'm gonna stand in front, like take a picture of me, and like I just like waiting for a friend to take a picture of her in front of these cars. I'm like,
Okay.
what are you doing?
So,
Like,
can
but
I
I get it for a
defend?
moment. It's
Can
like,
I
but let me
defend?
wait, I'm gonna defend.
Please.
I'm gonna defend.
Okay.
But then when somebody like me starts a dating profile and I look through my phone and go, I don't have a single fucking photo to use on the, I understand that moments like this are good because she can build a dating profile. Someone like me can't. Jamie, there's pros and cons to all.
All
this.
right. And let me give you another other perspective.
Why don't you
Also,
just go get high, Jamie?
maybe these are like fucking dope cars that are like
Yeah, I don't care.
one in a trillion. And it's a really cool moment for her.
That's a dope car.
You're right. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
James.
let her go. No, it's a 1 in a trillion. Go ahead. It's 1 of 1 trillion. Go ahead, Jamie.
Sorry, I thought maybe there were 2 of these.
Go ahead, Jamie. This is a 1 in 1 trillion car. But there's one behind it that's also, I guess these are 2 in 1 trillion.
There's one behind that one also. They're all numbered also. And the number on the side is 17, which would make
Of
you
1
think,
trillion. So, yeah.
make you
is
think
great.
maybe there's more. When you see the number 54 slapped on the car, it makes my brain go to like, well, there's at least 53.
Yeah. There's one behind that too. There's one that behind that might be number 9.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at my face. I still.
You were really standing up for her with all that 1 in a trillion.
Well, but what I mean is,
Get on
maybe
that
it was
microphone, honey.
maybe it was like a really incredible experience that she didn't want to remember forever.
Well, they are roped off, so you're probably right.
Yeah, she's standing in front of a stanchion. There are 3 cars. She's got a glass of champagne. This is a great episode for you guys to watch on YouTube. Oh, mama.
You need Ring alarm.
Hey guys, we all love the Ring video
Ring
doorbell.
alarm. Yeah, ring.
We love the
Ring
videos that we
alarm.
get of people at the doorbell. They're hilarious. And then I think we've also told you guys that Ring has now gone into the alarm system business. And not only that, they've upgraded and we've gone pro with Ring Alarm Pro. That's why I've teamed up with Ring.
That's right. We've all teamed up with Ring, haven't we?
We love our Ring. The Ring Alarm Pro helps protect our entire home and the Wi-Fi it runs on. With Ring Alarm Pro, you can combine a home security system and Wi-Fi router. So this just protects your home and secures your network, which is huge. It's a game changer for home security, which is why CNET called it a giant leap for home security. There's no long-term commitments. So guys, come on. It's true. Ring has an award-winning alarm. And to protect my home, I've gone pro with Ring Alarm Pro. To learn more, go to ring.com/pants. That's ring.com/pants.
She says underneath, the question is on Hinge or prompts that you can answer. This is what I order for the table. That's the prompt. Her answer is everything, all of the things, apps, sides, desserts, etc. I'll pick up the check too.
Hey now.
Oh, I didn't get to that part. That's kind of hot. Damn.
I love this. I love that answer. So cute.
Love that answer.
Yeah, maybe this is just her garage.
What's okay? Just based on this one photo, what do we think of this person? Was she? I see a go-getter. I see
Now
somebody
I think she's
who
rich.
I see somebody
I think
who's
she has
probably
her
got a
shit-
nice job.
She has her shit together. Yes, she's really pretty.
A
She
drunk.
not boring.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to drink and have a good time.
Lush.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Okay.
I like
great.
it, Ashley.
All right.
Yeah,
let's
no,
move
next
on.
I think
page.
she's fun. I think it's good.
That's a
I think-
great cover photo. Okay, second
Okay,
photo,
s-
Jamie.
Adorable. Even closer. She's really pretty. Looks like she
Even
clearly. Well,
Even closer.
Even closer.
Even closer now. We enhanced the first photo and we are even closer.
Jamie, describe this photo. Even closer.
He's leading into you being high, Jamie, and this is when the pod really shines. This is when the pod shines.
God, I love it so much, Jamie.
She's 23, she's 5'4".
Jamie,
And we're even
please,
closer.
how would you describe this photo to our listeners? What do you think of this one, Jamie? Even
Jamie, your eyes are you're crying.
even closer. Holy
it
shit.
is closer.
Oh.
So you could see her closer. You could see her face.
yeah.
Isn't that what you want? The other one was
Oh,
kind of
Jamie.
far away.
Hey, when you're on set and then you get done with the wide shot, what's the next shot called?
Close up.
Everybody prepare for the
even
even
closer.
closer.
Next page. Next page. Okay.
Can
this
somebody
is a
touch Jamie up and make sure she's ready for her even closer? I'm ready for my even closer,
Mr. DeVille. That's great.
You're my
You're a
favorite,
gift.
Jamie.
You're a gift to us and you're a gift to the audience.
Oh, you really are.
Okay.
And a mom.
Pick 3
Okay,
here.
so it's the next picture of her and her mom. Super cute. I like this. Your
They are
mom's
on the
so
surface
pretty.
of the sun.
You are. The lighting is bad. The lighting is bad in this.
I
one,
like
actually.
it. Makes her look like she's she's has a tan. There is a shine on her though. That is she looks like she's being scorched. Like there could be a
Yes.
building on fire 50 yards away.
Yeah, it looks like right after this photo, she pulled down a welding mask.
That's right. It looks like that's probably her mother. Are we guessing that's her
I
mom?
would guess
Or
that's her mom. Yeah, or someone
Okay.
older that's important to her.
I
Now-
really like what she has to say. Usually these
I do
little
too. Her
comments, I'm
answers
like,
are great.
and maybe that's the thing. Maybe the reason I'm seeing these comments are nice and I'm surprised is because I never read them.
yeah, you
Oh.
generally
I'm just looking for.
You only
faces.
read them
Wow.
when you like the photo and you're interested
Terrible.
in like getting a little
Pay.
bit more. Yeah. By the way, we kind of glossed over that she works for Ferrari. We think that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Let me say what she said on the bottom of her
Yes.
thing that I like.
The mantra.
My mantra is leave things and people better than you found them.
Great one. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I really like that. Wow.
Okay. Next picture.
What do you think of her mom, by the way?
Really pretty. I think it's always nice to see. And it looks like they have a good relationship. Looks like they like each other.
They look like they're into fashion, like they're
Oh.
fashionable. There seems to be like there's maybe a little bit of money here.
Well, yeah. I mean, she said she would pay the fucking bill.
Yeah.
That's something to put. I've been on these dating apps for quite some time, and we've already said I don't really read stuff, but I certainly have never seen on the first thing a girl says is, "Hey, I'll pay the bills."
Yeah.
That's something.
That's cool.
Mine would be like, let's go Dutch.
Oh, that's the worst. See, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate Dutch. I like a girl to go, "Oh, I'll pay," and then I go, "No. You don't pay." But like the whole Dutch thing is like, ugh, what are we even? I don't like that. But I understand, like, she wants to offer, but maybe she can't afford. Both of us, whatever. But I don't. I just, to me, like, it's like, ugh, I don't like that. I'd rather her be like, I'm not going to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
So you,
All right,
a wide range
Jamie, if you
opinions here.
went on a date,
I
with
wasn't
the
saying I would put it
guy-
on my profile, but if it was the guy and no, if it was the guy and he put his card and I'd be like, no, and he'll be like, no, I gotta be like, let me at least split it with you. Like
Okay,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah,
I
yeah.
would be.
But the
That's
guy
fine.
that
I'm not gonna
the
like
guy
write
that
it on my.
lets you split it though, in my head, that's like,
Oh, I've been with some.
Yeah.
it's like, let me get the first
So
one. Maybe
stupid.
like date 4 or 5, you want to like do it, take a card. Maybe you
Mhm.
do that thing where you like go to the bathroom, but you really pay it. You give your card to the
Sure.
waiter,
Yeah.
like, and then you surprise me at the
Did
end.
I
That way
ever
there's
tell
no
you what
awkward
happened?
card.
Did I ever tell you what happened with Cutter and I on like our 4th date at the sushi restaurant?
So what happened? Amy?
So there you are.
So we were dating like, a week, but we only ended up dating 3 weeks before he left anyway. So we were like hanging out every day. Him and his friend come meet my friend and I. He went to go get his stuff at his mom's house. He was going to come meet me. We went to a spin class. Then we were going to go for sushi. And then he was going to stay over at my house for the weekend. And we go to spin and I'm like, I'm taking you guys to the best sushi in LA. It's a place called Sushi Park. It's in a strip mall on the 2nd floor. It's only Amasake and it is the best fucking sushi of your life, but shit's expensive. And it costs a different amount every time you go. Some days it might be 110 a person. Another day it might be 175. And you don't know why. You didn't really feel like you did anything, but that's just how it goes.
Depending on the fish.
Correct. So I make a reservation for 4. I have every intention of paying for this dinner. I mean, Cutter had just sold his car because he had no money and was like living in an apartment with his mom. So like, no
What a
way would I
loser.
ever have brought him there and expected him to pay. I wanted to treat him to like a
Very
really
sweet.
good sushi dinner because he loves sushi. And I was like, he's got to try this. So the 4 of us go, we're having a great time. We're eating. They're like, and Cutter keeps ordering rolls.
Mm.
And I don't care. Okay, you guys, I had just booked a pilot. I was like, whatever. Because he couldn't believe how good it was. And I was so happy for him. I was so happy that he was like loving the meal as much as I
So
hoped he
happy
would.
I could feed you.
Yeah.
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 Me. And I go to the bathroom and I come back and they're still eating. And I said to the girl, I'm like, hey, can I have the check? And she's like, oh no, they paid for it already. And I was like, what? She's like, no, no. The boys, they bought it.
Oh, I like
And
your
I was like,
Japanese lady.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It was almost like a little bit of a Japanese, and then you almost caught yourself doing a Japanese.
I wasn't trying to nod. I was just,
Yeah.
No, it was great.
sorry. It was my version of her.
It was a Japanese.
That was a real character.
waitress at a sushi place without being offensive.
Yeah.
It was you.
You somehow threaded the needle. You
Yeah,
did it.
I don't know how you dance around this shit, Jamie, but you are incredible.
You know me.
If I were to do that.
Oh, it would be. Yeah.
Can I just get the check, dude?
Shink.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, James. So
Okay, so
you already paid.
I turned back to the table and they're handing the two things to the two of them.
Oh.
And my friend that was with me looks at me because she knows, and she was like, and I was like, oh. It was like one of those that had to be in a movie slow-mo, like, no.
Cutter's like, how many pints of blood do you have?
He looked, I saw Cutter. I couldn't help but stare at his face, and I saw Cutter. And he was like, oh God. Like, that's just, it was like, he was trying to hold it together. It was like, oh God. And then I looked at his friend, and his friend was going,
oh,
like slicking his hair back, like, oh my, I was like, you guys, please. I would never have brought you here and expected you to ever pay for anything. Like, please. Like, we need to cancel this. And they insisted they were like, no,
we need
like,
to cancel this.
they paid.
To cancel this.
They paid and just panicked. They paid and just panicked for weeks.
Oh my God.
It was like $400 each that they paid because they got so much sushi. It was over $800 the bill because those boys just didn't stop ordering.
So I have an interesting thing that happened to me with this last young lady I was dating, which was
okay.
Last young lady.
What do you want me to say? So
everyone's on one right now.
I was listen, we go out to dinner, which is not often because I don't like to go out to dinners, but I would always pay. But also, like, you know, a lot of like the casual stuff, like, oh, we're going to have, like, not like these big dinners, you know, I'm talking about, like, you know, twice a week we'd be somewhere where we'd be eating and I'd pay, but it was never like crazy. So then we went to Catch, and you know, Mark has been on this podcast, great guy. He knew I was on a date. At the end of dinner, the waiter came over and said, hey, your money's no good here, you know, like blah blah blah. So I gave a very nice tip. You know, and then, you know, whatever it was, a week later or something, me and her were at one of these like casual kind of eating things. And she
casual eating thing.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like
a cafe.
It wasn't like a fancy dinner, but it was like, you know, just like a normal fucking like a lunch. And she very nicely went at some point when she said she's going to the bathroom, she gave the card. So when they came over, they said, hey, when it was time to leave or whatever, I was like, oh, let me get a check. And they were like, oh, it's already paid for. And I was like, oh, that was so sweet of you. Thank you. Like, whatever. So cut to, like, you know, 2 weeks later or something where, like, she's not unhappy about something or whatever. And we're talking about, and she goes, well, you know, like, she's like, she brought up how when I took her to dinner, I didn't pay for dinner.
Oh,
yeah. And I wanted to be like,
no.
Listen, sweetie, I tipped twice what you paid.
Right.
The one time you paid for us but then again, it's like now
it's like not like you won a raffle for free dinner or something. Like it's just not how that works. Even if you did win a raffle.
What a strange point to bring up, especially early in a relationship, if even that. Like,
yeah, which, by the way, also, like, I pay, like, I'm not somebody who would ever bring up, like, I paid for the, like, I'm not that guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's so strange.
I would remember. I would even remember that to be able to bring it up.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's okay. Like, whatever. But it was just, we never talked about that in the pod. We were talking about paying for dinners. And I remember me being like, but then how, like, and this is where, like, therapy is great, right? Because you have to figure out, how do I now still be a nice, good guy, but get my point across of, hey, well, I paid more than you paid the one time you took me out.
There are people like that.
The way that I want to say it is, I don't want to be gentle and nice and say, well, you know, like, here's the actual thing. Like, I want to throw it in somebody's face and be like, well, when you took me to a fucking $40 lunch, it actually did. And that's the real Rob, you know?
Yeah.
But, and because
then you're no different.
That's not the real Rob. It's the Rob that you were, like, raised to be. And you've chosen a different path. And that's where I think, like, when people are too hard on themselves, when they're working on themselves, is like, you have to, like, respect the process and also just, like, really understand you didn't come from nothing. And I always think our parents did the best we could. Like, I'm not placing blame, but like, we're a product of our environment and the people. Like, sometimes when Bo yells at Jack, I'll think, did I ever yell at him that way? Because I'm trying to understand like where he's learned this. He wouldn't, it's like and I'm doing the best I can. You guys know I'm a great mom, but like I still fuck up sometimes, and I think, you can't be like, oh, well, that's the real me. It's just like, no, that's like, you can't help what you were exposed to at a young person. I think the real you is the person that you're choosing to be right now. And that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. What I guess I meant was the not unfiltered me, but the just like if I
Your
didn't
instinct.
give a fuck. Yeah. But I guess like you said, my instinct now is kind of not like, hey, don't.
And it doesn't even have to be your
training.
instinct. At least, even if your instinct is to do the wrong thing, you still can.
Yes.
Part of the process
choosing.
of change is knowing that instinct isn't right, and then you choose to do the thing that's counterintuitive, which is like she's probably going through her own thing. It's not that big of a deal, blah, 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 blah. But it does give you information about like the work she has to do, in her, like her ability to reach in her bag and say something like that is like, it gives you a lot of information.
Well, I'm also doing it for like the podcast version where like I probably made it seem harsher. Like I didn't set up the, half hour we were speaking before that and how it came up.
No, it doesn't matter. In the heat of an argument, it's a strange thing to bring up.
Yeah, I don't even know, again, if it was like an argument or so, but like what you guys are saying, I was watching this like Eckhart Tolle thing actually last night. And he's like, well, the first step of, because, it was like, I was watching one of these videos on like, to not have like racing thoughts. I wanted to like fix it because I know how to slow mine down, but it takes fucking a week of like, okay, I got to go for fucking 3 or 4 mile walks. I have to be meditating more. I can't look at my phone for the first hour when I wake up. I can't look at my phone for 4 hours before I go to bed. I have to do that. Like I have to do all this stuff. And he's like, well, the first step of fixing these racing thoughts is being aware that you're having them. And he's like, and I already know you have the first step or you never would have found this video. Like, he's like, the fact that you're looking for this, he's like, most people are just lost in that. Like, they don't even know the difference between like, and by the way, we've talked about this before, but like, that's how I was when I was young. Like I never, ever like stopped and to be aware of what was going on. It was just like, you're in the driver. It's like driving a car 200 miles an hour. It's like, there's no time to be like, hey, 30 minutes ago, did I, do this thing? Or maybe I shouldn't have said that this way or this, like nothing. It was just, and it went with everything from the way that I fucking ate to the way that I drank, the way that I lived. It was just like always fucking, flying.
Yeah. Amen, brother. Love the you that you're at right now, love this you.
Not today, but like, 3 months ago, it was really great. Now I need to, I've been all over the shop.
I've been out of whack too. I need to get back on my program. I feel I haven't worked out in months. I have not been eating well because I've been traveling so much and I don't feel like I'm like my top self.
What's a Jamie-Lynn eating bad thing? Like you arrive at the hotel and what do you order?
So much dessert every night. My order at the hotel is this salad that they have with like avocado and cheese and pomegranates and then French fries and then a piece of like this frozen chocolate cake they have. That's my order like every night when I'm there.
Could be worse.
Yeah. And I think about this with like you're being aware of it's like even the fact that you have that salad, you know what I mean? Is like,
yeah, I never go like all the way, but I'll eat, I just am having a lot of sugar, which I know isn't good for me. I'm not stretching. I'm not doing my physical therapy every day. I'm not working out. I'm not drinking enough water, but I'm, I get it. I'm forgiving myself. This is like a lot. Like it's for me to be disciplined takes all of my energy and I just don't have any extra right now. And I just like, I know it's easier when I'm almost done with work and I'll have a few months off and I'll like get back in my routine so that when work picks up again, I'll already be in a routine. I just wasn't in one when this job started. And I just, unfortunately, or maybe unfortunately, like I feel it way before anyone else would going at this pace. So and I say fortunately because it probably kicks me into gear maybe quicker than somebody else might need to. I just can't get away with it as much. But I want to feel better. I just ordered a not like a cleanser. Do you ever follow Dr. Will Cole?
I'll probably know his face. I'm not good with the names of these doctors. There's so
anyway,
many.
I ordered just like this 5-day thing where they give you meals and broths and stuff. So I'm trying to like.
You look great, even though you look a little green right now. Same.
Well, it's like Will Smith. You never know what's going on in somebody's head. You know, Jamie could be falling apart, but she looks fantastic.
Yeah. As long as you're great on this pod, that's all that matters.
And that's
I think I really brought my A game today.
Yeah. With this, can you get super high next week too? The when you're in these times, like we've talked about this, but what I like to do that I learned from poker is like, you know, I went through a thing of poker where like for 2 years I was just like winning. And then I had like a bad 3 months, and it was so bad because I didn't really like celebrate the good times. Like when I was winning, when I was doing well, I wasn't like, wow, this is so great. It just became routine. Like I was like, yeah, you know, you go play poker, you win a high percentage of the time and then that's it or whatever. Like, and now when I'm, you know, for so long, especially like before COVID and this, I was in such a great place mentally, like every single day that when I have these times, I just make sure to go back and go like, wow, like look how lucky am I that there are 3 6-month periods where I just fucking feel great and mentally I'm I'm just so happy and like everything's great. I don't know. It's just so when things are good, I make sure to really appreciate them, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, and you're also reminding yourselves of them, like you're further ingraining it. It's like, you know, with anything, as more time goes on, it's, you know, the dips become shorter, you know, and so because the feeling good ends up becoming what feels familiar versus the feeling bad. You know, it just takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I forget if I talked about this already, but there's like so you know when you sign into like a TV or like your Apple TV or something, and then like you just push the thing, and next thing you know, you're watching the show you want, but then like once every 3 months, there'll be a thing where it's like, you have to sign in again.
Yeah.
You know, and every time that would happen, I would get so
annoyed.
I'd be like, motherfucker. Cause I only really watch TV in bed. And like, I'd be like, I'd get in bed. I'd be like, oh, we're going to watch the show. Like, I'm so excited. My butt would hit the thing. And I get in bed with my phone in another room. So like my butt hits the thing. I would push it and it would be like, you have to sign in. And I'd be like, you fucking motherfucker. Like and it would be such a silly like thing. And now what I do is like, every time I turn on my TV and I start a show and it works, I go, wow, like I'm so grateful that it's working right now. So when I go 100 times in a row, like I'm grateful this app is working. I'm grateful this app is working. When it doesn't, I go, oh, that's okay. Because it worked like all those 100 times that it worked this where before I just never, it's like, come on, fucking stupid technology. Yeah, it's like, come on, you fucking stupid technology. You know what I mean? Like, you should work every time I fucking the same thing with Wi-Fi, right? It's like my Wi-Fi will work for 100 days in a row, and then it has a bad day, and I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. Like, you know?
Yeah, it also helps that we with internet, we were alive when you had to like wait 2 minutes to connect to the internet, you know?
Yeah,
and now that it's gone. And it's just instant. It's like if you really want to feel gratitude, there's just being here in this moment is like incredible. The fact that we're getting peed off by passwords and stuff. Although passwords is probably one of the, like having to put them in is one of the worst parts.
The Face ID on my
internet.
iPhone and like it remembering my passwords. Like, you mean the password from this website? I'm like, thank you, God.
I think I'm going to get a password manager.
So everyone can fucking steal my shit. Make this easy.
I'm getting worked up just talking about passwords.
You know what I was thinking? Do you think anybody, especially like during COVID, got so fat that their face technology thing was like, no, it's not you?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like you in the eyes, but
like, who are you fooling? You know, this is.
But
Ben's
where are those
phone.
cheekbones?
Are you Ben's brother?
Yeah.
That'd be an ultimate new way to get shamed. Yeah.
It's a real wake up call, huh? Siri's
yeah.
like, you fat piece of shit.
Tim Apple up there in Cupertino looking down on us. Look, 2 more of these Ashley photos, and then that's almost the pod, guys. We didn't even get to an email.
All right, her next picture. Day drinking. She looks like she's with her co-workers. I feel like this looks like, or like, she looks like she's at the Kentucky Derby. I don't know. She's in a pretty dress. Again, looks really pretty. Nice color blue. And the quote says, "The way to win me over, skipping the long drawn out messaging part and just asking me out for a drink." Again, great answer.
Yeah, that's great. You know how I could tell, like you were saying, that there's money here, besides the fact that she'll pay the bills? Look at the way she holds that wine glass. That says fazul.
This is definitely 2 events that we've seen her at now, holding a wine glass in a dress.
Schkarol.
Whenever it's daytime and you're seeing a guy in a sport coat, there's something involved here. This isn't just like a nighttime, let's go to a fancy dinner. This is like, these are people that go out and dress like this during the day. That's a whole other scene that I'm not a part of.
She runs with a nice crowd. Is what you're saying.
She looks good in blue. Ashley, you look good in blue. Yeah. I feel like these are coworkers. These could just be your friends, but it feels like a coworker thing. Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of this sentence down here. Skipping the long drawn out messaging part and just asking me out for a drink is the way to win her over.
Oh, see, Jamie liked that.
I liked it.
I know Jamie liked it, but I
know what you're thinking, babe.
I'm thinking if you were to just skip right into asking her out for a drink without the sort of messaging part, why would she be into it?
See, this is me who never did online dating. That's why I'm not getting it.
Well, here's what I can say. When I first got on these apps, I agree with this statement 100%.
Yeah.
After being on them for months, I completely disagree with it because you have to at least, there's a couple things you have to know. Like if I'm talking to a girl and within 3 days, I realize she's like an alcoholic, I'm like, okay, this is not for me. Or if I realize something else or whatever the thing might be, she has fucking 6 cats and she's like a cat. Like there's certain things you have to figure out. But when I first got on, I was like, why are we talking? Let's meet up,
Right.
But then you slowly realize.
Yeah. You kind of need that messaging to figure out some stuff, it tells you, conversation. And this is, I may be the first person to say this, but talking to people, you find out a lot about them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe she just wants to do that in person.
Maybe.
It's possible. Okay. This next photo is
pretty picture. By the way, this girl should have no problem getting dates. She's
so pretty.
She's in the top 10% of hottest girls on dating profiles.
Wow. Look at you, huh? The last photo here, which is 2, she's got good looking girl.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Any of our listeners would be lucky to go on a date with this lass.
Overall, I'd say this is a very strong profile. You have 2 photos where you're drinking with wine. They're kind of saying the same thing. You're at an event, you're at a thing. I'd like to see one more casual, relaxed. Maybe you're in the grass at a park. Maybe I'd like to see a dog, an animal in one of these photos. Mm-hmm. But you've got the face. You know how to dress yourself. You like to buy you have to pay for the check. Mm-hmm. You seem to run with an elite crowd. I think this is a solid 9 out of 10 profile.
Yeah, I would agree. And what I really like is you could tell she looks pretty in these photos, but you don't go like, oh, what does she look like in person though? Because that's what happens a lot, especially in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, well, this girl looks really pretty in these photos, but I don't see a lot of humans who look like this.
Right.
They look like cartoon characters.
She's not really like filtering her face through a Facetune.
Yes.
We're seeing her face.
She looks like a real person.
Yeah.
She's got
way to show the teeth on the bottom too. You can tell she has great teeth.
We got to see the teeth. Girls, you got to show the teeth. This is a
real, at least a 9. Jamie, 1 to 10. What do you got for this?
9.5.
Yeah. Wow. You're averaging over a 9.
Incredible.
That's solid.
Ashley, congrats. And we hope you have.
And she thought we were going to roast her.
Well, we do sometimes like to, there's been a couple people we kind of took the task on one of these, but they were deserved. And we did it in a kind and loving way, like family members.
It was constructive.
Jamie full on pressed Garrett.
Like,
yeah. Fuck are you?
Yeah. Jeez. That was a real rough episode.
Yeah.
Garrett has not responded to us since, by the way.
Really?
He's probably pissed. He probably stopped listening.
For sure.
So you got some questions?
I got some questions here. If you guys,
Well, here's what I think we should do. You want to read 5 of them and have Jamie pick the one that she wants to answer, that we should answer. Let's just rifle off 5.
I have seen this question a couple times. It's not going to happen because you're downstairs. We wanted to see your chairs. If you want to see Jamie's chairs, go to the episode where it's me.
I'll take a picture to put up and send it to Gabby.
You can see your chairs right here.
Okay, great.
But also look at the episode
and
where I
put it on
there,
Instagram.
where it was just Jamie. The photo we should have Cutter take like a sick photo of you in the chairs so we could put it on and be like the queen on her throne. See, she said naked, dude. Are you not paying attention, Cass?
What's that?
She said
I was reading
naked.
the question.
Yeah, Jamie. Oh, you want to blow up the intranet? You should do it with a little with a little arm over the tits and like a something.
I'll just hold Jack over.
Yeah. You should have Jack's antibiotics bottle in between your legs, like hiding the puss, you know?
If you guys are watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus, I'm doing a recap show on G4 TV every Wednesday. Big fan of Moon Knight. Big fan of Oscar Isaac. What's not to love? Tune in every Wednesday.
Check out our boy on G4. He's the handsome one.
Well, please stop it.
Handsome Cass.
That's a handsome Cass. That's what they call me at work. We are. Let's see. That's it. Geez, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when our videos go live, which is every Tuesdays right now. Follow us on Instagram. We just passed, we just hit a milestone on our Instagram. And by the way, I know I asked you guys for questions on our Instagram. We'll get to them in the next pod. But we're coming up on 25,000 Instagram followers, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much. Jamie and I are on Instagram and Twitter. Rob's off the grid as usual. AskPajamaPants@gmail.com if you want to send us your Tinders or if you want to just email us. And that's it.